out with the stick man, badam.
If I had to explain this event in one sentence, I would say it's much deeper than just a run. It was a testimony to my progress, to my journey, and anyone else who is living with multiple sclerosis or sickle cell, going through their journey, navigating what does and doesn't work for them, and just getting to a better outcome throughout their journey. Because a lot of people hear that people are suffering with these invisible disabilities or a blood disorder, but they don't actually know the true impact of how they affect them in their life. So I feel like this event was put together so that the people that actually did attend would know what it's like when somebody lives with these kind of conditions and what they might be going through. Why did this 5K need to happen? Well, I feel like it's all good. I started to read off of a PowerPoint slide of what MS is and how it could affect you, or what sickle cell is and how it could affect people. But I believe that people learn better through experiences. So until they actually see the effects of these conditions, they're none the wiser. They can't really fathom or believe what these conditions actually do or how they can impact a person. So I'm not trying to use people as examples in the sense of inviting people with multiple sclerosis and sickle cell so that they can exert themselves and embarrass themselves. No, that's not what I'm trying to do. Because for them, for people that have multiple sclerosis or sickle cell, I'm trying to encourage them and build them up so that they push past their limits and achieve things that they never thought they could achieve. But for the people who are able-bodied, I also want them to see what it's like or what people would have to go through in order to push themselves to that limit of achieving, and how it could become a much more difficult task for them to achieve. What made this not a regular 5K was it was deeper than just all fitness levels are welcome. It was more to do with the fact that I wanted to display to people what it's like for someone with a mobility issue, with someone that used to be in a wheelchair, of having to push and exert themselves. I wanted them to see what it really looks like, because a lot of people, they hear me say, oh, I used to be in a wheelchair, but they don't actually understand the true extremity of the situation. Like, I really was on 4 wheels, using my arms to like push me around in the wheelchair. Honestly, seeing is believing. From the beginning of the run all the way to the end, I knew that this run was much bigger than me, in the sense of people are looking up to me, people are looking at my profile or coming to these events to be inspired, to understand what it's like living with multiple sclerosis. And I don't feel like there's any better way other than showing people through experience what it would be like completing 5K whilst living with an invisible disability like multiple sclerosis that affects my level of mobility. What was going through my mind during the run? Honestly, I was thinking, have we hit the halfway mark yet, so that we can stop, we can talk, we can get through it, and we can make our way back? Because honestly, my legs were about to explode. My body was trying to take over, my body wanted to stop me. It got to a point where we slowed the pace down, and I went from running, jogging to walking. And the reason being is I could run, but if I run too fast, I would tend to start tripping, only because the bilateral foot drop would start to really kick in. I would lose control of my leg. The tibias, the calf muscles are really important to that function at that point in time, and I just feel like I have less control over it. So my body wanted to give up, but mind over matter, I was still locked in, I was still committed to the cause, and I wanted to see it through to the end. The misconception people believe about my journey is that it's just a fitness thing. It's really not. It's a collective of many different features that I've collated together in order to make this journey a success, so that I'm continuously making positive steps towards my goals and milestones. And I feel like people disregard the whole thing. They just think, oh yeah, it's just fitness. No, it's not just fitness. It's also mindset. It's also diet. Like, I have put together a recipe book just so that I can keep my diet locked in when it comes to making sure that I get the vitamin minerals and fruit and vegetables within my diet. And I've also found that it's helpful to share that with other people. Now, fitness obviously plays a big part, but I feel like it's a cherry on top of the cake. Like, a lot of my fitness friends aren't going to be happy that I'm admitting this, but at the same time, I have to keep it real. And you can look okay by just having a decent diet and walking your 12,000 steps a day. You can look okay, but the gym side of things, or fitness I should say, doing functional movements, etc., is very important to your core, your balance, and that will take things to a whole nother level. So you doing your daily tasks, like let's say your shopping and stuff, could be very easy if you are carrying out exercises like shrugs, or a more functional exercise would be farmer carry. So these exercises that can replicate daily tasks that we do every day can be so beneficial for you, and people people don't really understand that. And until they go through something or they start to go to the gym and they start taking their fitness journey seriously, at that point is the only time that they'll realize how beneficial it is. And until then, there's only so much talking I can do, you could do, and anyone else can do before they realize that this is beneficial to them.
Better health, better community, better you. That's what Confirmed Anomalies is about. Real services, real people, real support. For more information, check the link below.
When someone says showing up, what I perceive from that is not only just being present, but actively committing yourself to the task set. So today, it was not only interacting with the people that participated within the 5K run, it was also important that we committed ourselves to the task. So we saw it through to the end. Like, what we started is what we finished. And what we finished is displaying what it's like living with an invisible disability, and other people were able to see firsthand experience of how it can become difficult or what limitation could be experienced along that journey. They were definitely deeper than just a run. It was definitely bigger than just, sickle cell multiple sclerosis awareness. It was something that was very monumental in the sense where you really had to be here to understand what went happen, because you just can't make this up. What's next for Confirmed Anomalies and what work is the Summer Fun Day, where we'll be bringing the community together, the young all the way to the old, and encouraging them to stay active, stay fit, stay healthy, and showing them different activities that could help them incorporate exercises that will be helpful for their daily tasks. So not only that, I also want to improve or even support the people who are living with multiple sclerosis or sickle cell, or the carers, or the people that have no understanding of these conditions, because they're just not around these people. So I feel like ultimately it's really helpful for us to get together and just lock in. So if you haven't already, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. The reason why I need you to do that is so that you don't miss any of the new content that I make, and then I can share this message and get the point across so that you will always be locked in. It's always helpful because I'll be sharing many different gems. Just like today, I shared a very important company, Cause Resonant, that have neurological technology that is a game changer. Now, a lot of people probably think, this brand is just a snazzy brand with a plus sign on their garment. But in actual fact, it's got a lot of neurological benefits, helping with small things like balance and coordination. And I feel like it was a game changer because even during the run, I was struggling to continue. However, my balance was much better, so I wasn't like tripping over. Like normally I would be tripping over nothing. I didn't trip over anything. Like, it was a game changer. It was very helpful for me, not only physically but mentally as well, because like I had a lot of people walking with me and I don't want to embarrass myself. So maybe that had a part to play as well. But ultimately, this is the first time I have worn these garments. So I also understand the benefits of how these clothes can help me. I also was given a knee sleeve at the halfway point, which I put on, and that again was very beneficial because the pain that I felt in my knee on the way there was not present on the way back. So I feel like this was definitely an indication to me that their product definitely do work. Not like I doubted it in the first place, because I already knew. But the moment I put it on my knee, like, I felt much better. I felt at ease almost, and I just kept on going. Mind over matter, I made it happen. But if you're interested, then I would suggest you check out Resonance for yourself and you can really see what it's all about. Yes, a game changer. If you haven't already, please make sure you like, comment, subscribe. You know the vibes, man.